What is up, my fellow Dave Matthews Band fans? So today I'm going to be watching and reacting to a very rare version of Warehouse that I've watched, I don't 100 times probably. It says December 28th, 1993 in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was, I think, like a release party type thing for Remember Two Things when not a few hundred people knew about the Dave Matthews Band, and this is just awesome. I love this. It's Warehouse. It's such a hard song to play. I'm going to stop. Just a disclaimer, warning. I'm going to stop quite a bit to explain some things during the song as to what Dave Matthews is doing in his strumming, and just some different elements of the song, because I know this Warehouse is probably one of the main songs that I get the most questions about. Strumming, how to learn it. What exactly is he doing? Especially in the intro. And I posted a short here on YouTube, I think last week, trying to help people a little bit. I'll re-explain that kind of while he's doing this. But more than anything, I love going back through these old school tracks where I think he's not. I know the video where he's in like an old Blockbuster, and there's like 50 people there or something. I know this isn't that. And somebody tell me in the comments where he is here. I think, it says right here, it's at the Record Exchange in Charlotte, North Carolina. So to anyone that was possibly there, I mean, how freaking cool is this? Anyways, I'll stop blabbering on and get into it, because these old videos are so freaking fun for me to watch, and I'm sure I would assume that most of you who have subscribed to my channel and have watched any of my tutorials love this stuff just as much as I do. So let's get into it. As always, I will link my my Warehouse tutorial down in the description for you to hopefully try and learn it. I don't know how well I described it. I haven't watched my Warehouse tutorial in quite a while, and I did that probably 5 years ago, but the song hasn't changed, so go check it out. Dave Matthews, December 28th, 1993, at the Record Exchange in Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's go.
So now that I've bored you all sufficiently, I'm going to do one more, and then I guess I'm going to hang around, and we'll all hang around together and drink coffee.
Warehouse.
Warehouse, is that what I got? Was that something? Yeah.
Turn it up a little bit.
That's so hard with that. Exodus.
Is that Warehouse? What is I'm singing. Maybe that's old school phone ringing.
This corner it is. And by the end of Warehouse, I'm going to be sweating up the store.
How lucky are all these people that are there? I just always think that. I'm like, this guy in the blue hat, like these guys, like. His guitar is tuned, I think, half a step down. It's so smooth, so incredibly smooth. I told you guys I was going to pause a lot in this one because I want to explain so much on the guitar, because this version, you can hear it so clearly, just how cleanly he strums it. But what I've told people in that short that I was talking about that I did last week is he's in this version and these early versions, he didn't do as much strumming. It almost sounds more like picking. So when I tell you to pay attention to individually picking strings, listen to what he's doing right here. He's going 7 9 11, and you know, when he does live shows now, that's when, you know, everybody does the woo, you know, it's digga digga dat, digga digga dat. Well, so you know, since the later '90s, he strums the whole thing, just goes digga digga dat, digga digga dan dan dan, digga digga dan, and but right here he's going digga digga dan dan dan, digga 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 dan dan dan, digga digga dan. So pay attention to just the single string picking that he's like really intricately doing in this version, and that's why I love listening to this version so much. And this is one of the versions outside of, it's very similar to the Under the Table version, in the intro, where you can really hear he's much more intricate in his strumming of that version. So when you do that with your mouth, like just me doing that, you can hear the dooga dooga dooga. That's down up down up down up, dooga dooga dooga. So pay attention to that here, and I'll let this play for a few minutes.
Don't throw away your playful beginnings, you and I. Well,
I know I said I'd let that play, but also for every guitar player, pay attention to his thumb. Look at his left thumb on the back of the neck. He's when he's playing the first three, I guess 6 notes on that 7/9/11. His thumb is not visible, and then when he's going down here, his thumb is basically on the E string at the top, just so he can, because so many people, I always say this, people are like, oh, Dave Matthews' hands are big. He has big hands, but it doesn't matter how big your hands are when you're playing the guitar if you pay attention to the position of your thumb on the back of the neck. It's just pay attention to your wrist, you're doing this, okay? So when he's going on that 7/9/11, and then coming back up, he's coming back up like this, like that, with his thumb more up by that E string, and when he's going 7/9/11, it's down lower, on the back side of the neck. So pay attention to that. There you go, down, and it's up on the E string. See his thumb's very low on the back of the neck right now, because he's doing those further stretches. I always wonder if Dave Matthews had a clue right here what was going to happen in his life. Because these people don't realize, like, oh, well, this is going to be a Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame musician. I mean, he was definitely so unique back then, though, that they had to have known. I mean, it's like, how many people even nowadays do you see are this talented? So you're talking early 90s. I mean, Nirvana, the grunge, Alice in Chains, all that stuff was coming up. And then you got this. It's like, what in the hell is this? It's so good. Look at all these people, like, what is that, a couple of hundred people to 100 people? I think I was yawning. I can read in whatever I'm needing to keep all my sights on. In the black cat changing colors, when it's not the colors that matter, but that we all fade away. Yeah, yeah.
Life goes on and up turn the TV set. Spotting the metal static frame,
I guess
statistical
this is
man.
equivalent to like the Tiny
So
Desk
now fade
concert of
away,
the early
fade
90s.
away. But this man seems so good, how to believe and not to it. Warehouse is bare, nothing, it's all inside of it. The walls and halls have disappeared.
I mean, everything right there. For all of you people that were alive during the 1990s, which I don't know, I would assume there's a few of you on here. I mean, let's just go back right here. I mean, is there anything more 90s than
Seems
this
so
this
good, how
group of
to
people
believe and not
and everything
to
in the
it.
background, the
Warehouse is
chalkboard,
bare,
nobody's on
nothing,
their
it's
phones
all
recording.
inside of it.
Nobody
The
even knew what,
walls
I
and
don't think anybody
halls
even knew
have
what a pager was at that
disappeared.
point.
They've disappeared.
All the tapes in the background. I was only a tiny child at this point, so
That's early.
the phone. I haven't heard a phone ring like that in forever. A side note, as a fan of Warehouse, I love the song. Does anyone else get disappointed that it just dies at the end, or do you love it? I don't say like let me know in the comments. I'm not trying to just like drive you to the comments. I legitimately want to know everyone's opinions on what people think of Warehouse, because man, it's just so intense, and like, you know, like I said, the down up down up down up is so quick, and it's just so intense. And like the under the table version, you know, in the beginning where it's like you've got Boyd just da 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 da, and then the whole band comes in and da 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 da, and it gets so heavy, and then you get to this last part. That's you know, I don't know how to describe it. Someone help me describe it, because it's like the ending to me is almost it's not reggae. Like, reggae is not. It's just so light compared to what I wish the song would be. And I wish somehow the song at this point, instead of him doing the, you know, my love, I love to stay here, that whole part, everything he's doing right now, I wish it would have gotten really, really heavy into the like digga digga da 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 digga digga da da da, and just like really built up into something almost like the Stone, like how the Stone, you know, just kind of mellows out and everything, and the whole band's jamming and they're doing their thing. And then I just wish it would have like built up, but it just ends with like, I'll fade away, but this I admit seems so good. And then it goes through all that. And there's just that one part at the end where it's like, digga digga dun 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 dun, and it just ends. And I'm like, I wish it was like a really heavy ending. What are your opinions on that? Like, what do you think about, like, I just feel like Dave Matthews has said before too. I've heard him say that he's not very good at finishing songs. And Warehouse is one of the only ones that I'm like, man, I wish it would have ended with like a more of a punch as opposed to just kind of fading out, even though it's like I'll fade away. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Just give me your thoughts, because I'm always interested to hear what people think about that. I'll be quiet and let him play.
And the warehouse, oh, oh, oh. 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 Mama, little baby, love, show, show. Mama, little baby, love, show, Mama, little baby, love, show.
I guess it gets kind of heavy right here. It's not heavy, it's just melodic, kind of.
life's my blood, don't never slow away, away.
Okay, so I know I didn't talk quite as much as I thought I was going to during that. I talked a little bit. But more than anything, I just wanted you guys to get more of an idea of what he's doing in that intro. And I just think this video is a great example of how he's doing the down, up, down, up, down, up very quickly. And like I said, I'll link my tutorial below to this song specifically, and I think it'll give a pretty good idea of how he's of how to more strum those individually, strum those strings individually, as opposed to strumming, which is more what he does now. And from the late '90s on, it's just that very. I mean, he is pretty much strumming at least the top four the EADG strings, just da 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 da. And that's why I love that. I love that old intro, because it just builds up so much just of that. Just and Piedmont Park has a great that great intro, like what he did on the Luther College version, and when he would tour around with Tim in the late '90s, where he's just basically, it's just the droning like E and the A string on the seventh and ninth frets, and he's just kind of just going along on that, and it just builds and builds and builds. Live at Luther is a great example of that, where it's building and building, and then it's so yeah, takeaways from this video are, of course, that, and like I said in the beginning, where you can see his thumb, really coming over almost to the E string, because he's getting so low with his other four fingers, and then coming back down to get it up. I just can't emphasize enough how much you need to pay attention to your thumb position on the neck of the guitar. Anyways, let me know in your comments on any other videos you'd like to see, any other advice you would like, on any songs that that I can watch live and kind of explain things of kind of what I'm seeing, and what can help you on your guitar journey. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe and like, and just kind of keep building the community that we've built so far here on this channel. So stay well and take it easy.